Hey everyone, it's Jackie Purcell and I hope you can hear me. This is Weather Picks Alaska and I want to welcome you to this week's edition. We have some great viewer submitted photos and we go all across the state and we have cute pictures to weather related pictures. So let's get started. First we're going to talk about the weather, and it has been a wet night here in the Anchorage area. And we've had some very strong winds, and there's yet another system moving through the region and impacting many areas from southwest to southeast Alaska, so they'll continue to see some wet weather. And you can see that big storm system as it continues to roll on through. Now, as far as what is happening in the south central region, also a very wet night, and that is in progress. So batten down the hatches, and even in the higher elevations, there is snow being seen. So on the Chugach Range, it's still possible into the valley areas as well along the Talkeetna Mountains. So wet weather tonight going into the early part of Thursday, and then we should be able to see some clearing, and if we're maybe even some areas of sunshine going into the afternoon. But let's get to what is going on with those weather pictures. Yeah, a lot of times after the rain, we do get some rainbows. So that is happening, and you can see that that's a beautiful one out of Eek, Alaska. So thank you to Angeline for sending that in. And as far as other pictures are related to viewer submissions, look at this sun halo. That's from Deb Mitchell. So thank you for sending that one in. Weather pictures are sent in from all across the state. Now this was a day, I say a double docking in Whittier, but actually the docking was a triple docking in Whittier. So this was two at one dock. They had another cruise ship at another dock. Thank you to Robert Kroll for sending that picture in. Now let's continue to talk about cruise ships. Look at the beautiful day they were having in Ketchikan. Thank you to Mr. Dana Parrish for sending in this beautiful picture of Radiance of the Seas cruising through the Ketchikan area. And some cute little creature to brighten your day. Yeah, especially if they're looking in your window. It's an Arctic fox. Mary Lou Griffin saw that little creature. Well, maybe it saw her first, and she might have gotten an eerie feeling. Is someone looking at me? I think there might be. So that's what was going on for that, for her. The state flower. Do you know what the state flower is? Yes, it's a little blue one. It's the forget-me-not, and thank you to Mary Myers. Those little flowers, so pretty, and sure sign of spring and hopefully going into summer. Look at this trumpeter swan family. So it's like 6 swans a-swimming, and you can see the parents there. I think there might be 1 or 2 more little cygnets along with them, but at least 6 in this picture taken by Janice Bunting. A beautiful University Lake sunset. You can see this one, Brian Van Dalen sending that one in. So thank you, Brian, for it has such a soft light to it. So a nice sunset there. And as far as sunrise or even during the day, this was the Hidden Haven Trail, and that was sent in by Karen Dowden. Hidden Haven Trail. It looks pretty nice. Very nice hiking conditions, I would say, on that day. Hey, look at that big tail and then that little boat. That was a whale swimming right near that boat. Seemed like people were fishing off the boat, but you might think, hey, we're going to need a lot bigger boats. Thank you to Barbara Lestenkoff for sending that in out of St. Paul. That's part of the Pribilof Islands out there in the Bering Sea. As we get into the valley locations, check out the sunshine. A patch of sunshine showing through the clouds, kind of highlighting some of the Palmer hay flats. Kind of a golden glow right there. So thank you to Jenna Baenya for sending that one in. Let's go to a serene view, almost a mirror view. If you take in the foreground there, the lake, it's a kind of a mirror image of the mountains there with still a little lingering snow on top, but boy, down along lake side, it is very green. Look at this beautiful 5 a.m. sunrise. This is out of the valley, the Matsu sunrise, and Jane Master sending that one. You can just see the sun starting to peek up over those mountains. This is the sunset back in the Anchorage area out of Lake Hood. Again, a Danish parish sending that photo in. So thank you to everyone who sends in these photos. They are great. Hey, Deb Mitchell, she also shows up again in this picture, Alaska, with her picture of the state ferry going into or out of, I'm not quite sure, but cruising through the Whittier area. And as always, you can send in your photos, share them with us here on Picture Alaska. We'd love to see them. We always want to highlight some of them. We can't always get to them on TV. So that's where you would go to our alaskasnewssource.com, and on the top bar, you would see off to the left, submit photos and videos, and that is where you would click. So that's where you would find us and be able to see your photos, maybe right here on Picture Alaska. I hope you have a great evening, everyone, and enjoy, and still send in those photos.